Hey guys, welcome to week 1 of the CFoD playoffs. That's right, shit's getting real this week. This is the first official week of the CFoD playoffs, because last week didn't matter, because that was just everyone setting up to see who was going to get their ass kicked by me. And now we move on into this week, and I'm going to push the button, and Danny's off crying, doing his fucking thing, because hashtag Dark Horse! That's right.
Fuck you!
Oh yeah, I called it. Yeah, so he's going to be there. Which button? Danny, come help me out with this. So what button do I push for the thing to start the... How do I start the song?
This one. Hello and welcome back again to week I don't fucking know of the CFoD show.
It's week 15, Danny.
Week 15?
This is important. Like, as I just said in the intro, this is the first real week of the playoffs. And the most important week of the bitch bracket, as I'm sure you know well.
Yeah.
Because... Hashtag Dark Horse. Called it. This guy. Playing for the Clusterfucker.
Yeah.
In the Clusterfuckoff.
And you're technically not playing for anything.
I'm playing to move on and win the most glorious prize in all of fantasy football.
Maybe. But anyways, formally introduce ourselves. My name is Danny McCormick, as you may know from watching this show before. And over here is Tommy Vereen.
How's it going, people? Good
And,
to be here.
and Will Lutz.
And Will Lutz holding up Jarrett McKinnon, and there's Deshaun Watson behind him, Amari Cooper.
God, we have some MVPs.
We
These
do.
guys are great.
Some of them,
football players.
and then other ones, it's like, oh wow, that's right. Mike Gillislee used to be good.
Yeah, or Randall.
Yeah. Randall used to be a contender. He's no longer a contender.
No.
Oh, did I spoil that by talking about last
I'm
week?
fairly certain that this show comes out after the results of the previous week. Thus, people have the ability to see.
Okay,
already.
so everybody knows that Randall lost.
Although, if you want, I could put in a hashtag spoilers thing.
Nah, the only hashtag we have room for is hashtag Dark Horse.
I knew I shouldn't have said it.
But I'm going to take every opportunity I can.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm just going to move this show
alley-oops.
along because my wife's going to be home in like 15
Oh, yeah,
minutes.
that's right.
And anyways, so we had an MVP performance this week.
We certainly
I
did.
mean, we do every week.
We did, but nobody knows about this one better than you do, Danny, because you were firsthand on the other end of it.
No.
Here we go.
CFoD MVP.
Unbelievable stutter step and wide open and into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Jamal Williams. Blown coverage there by the Browns. And that is his 7th touchdown. Turn it handed to Williams. He'll go untouched into the end zone. So Green Bay with a critical drive answers after falling behind 21-7.
That's right, our MVP performance from Jamal Williams. Let's welcome him to the stage where he belongs. Yes, indeed. That is
Why
quite
is he
funny.
laughing at me?
Because it's funny.
Maybe from the outside.
Yeah, it probably hurts pretty deep on the inside.
That's what your mama said.
All right, so so you lost. And,
Did I?
Yep, because of Jamal Williams and his MVP performance. 29 points. Had he had 28 points, you would not be playing in the Clusterfuckoff this week, Danny.
Where the heck are my stat corrections?
Well, they didn't save you this time. But you still have one more week, Danny. One more week, and the most important game of the year for you. But we'll get to that when we get there. Let's move on into our next. What do we do now? Talk about last week.
Yeah, we move on to set number 2 usually.
Set number 2. Let's do this.
You have a button for that.
That one.
Yeah, there you go.
I did it.
Oh, look. You already have last week up.
Yep, there we are. Let's start down there in the bitch bracket. It says consolation. We need to edit that in the future.
All right.
And fix that.
Let me click this button
You
here.
don't have to do it right now.
All right, it's fixed.
Oh, Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair enough. So right up there at the top, well, first off, let's go ahead and give credit where credit is due. Allen with an amazing performance down there in the bitch
He would have
bracket.
beaten one person in the playoffs.
He was not interested in being a bitch or the clusterfucker. So he beat Baron, thus sending Baron to the clusterfuckoff against none other than hashtag Dark Horse Danny McCormick.
He paid me to change my name, by the way.
It was worth every penny of it, because it's the last opportunity you'll have to change your name for a whole year at least. So, so yeah, that's wow. It's impressive. Neither of the favorites, Baron nor Allen, Allen nor Justin, ended up in the clusterfuck-off.
Yep. I think Justin needs to be my rival again because I lost to him twice this year.
Indeed, yeah.
He had 3 wins on the year, and 2 of them were against me.
You certainly haven't lived up to
One of them was against Jeff.
Yeah. Justin did win a few games this year.
Me too, barely.
But, in order... Well, we'll get there. We'll talk about that in a minute, because there's a lot to talk about when we get to the ways that you fucked up that game. But let's get into the championship bracket, the real bracket, the games to determine who gets to play me. Josh went off and handled business, got it done against Randall.
Yes, he did. In fact, he would have beat you this week.
Well, no, not necessarily, because I would have made some different decisions. And,
Maybe.
I probably would have started a tight end, for example.
Maybe.
But no, both my tight ends got a nice week of rest to prepare for my matchup against Josh this week. So, Josh, I've beaten you twice so far this year. I'm going for the three-peat against you.
Three-peat.
Do not like that word. We don't say that word here.
You said it first.
I know, it was a mistake. We should beat that out. Three-peat is the new ball.
Say that.
I can't?
Nope.
All right, fine. But
know
but I'm saying that should be the new one. But anyway, I was trying to talk about last week in the great matchup between Taserface and Randall. And
wow, I just noticed something. But continue.
What was that? What did you notice?
The people who were 7-6, meaning one game over 500, barely beat the 9-4s.
Yep, that just goes to show you every week counts in the CFoD. That's why you shouldn't necessarily sell off your team from the beginning, because all you have to do is make it in the playoffs, and anything can happen. I mean, Jeff won, for Christ's sake. Cody lost.
Scored the most points in the league last week.
Yeah, I mean, that's debatable.
And next week.
And factual, but Cody, yeah, talk about Cody. Cody, disappointing first round exit after loading up his team and having arguably the best roster in the league. Falls flat.
It's arguable because he lost.
He did. Alvin Kamara going down.
Yeah, that hurt him.
No.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Never mind. So, getting into that matchup, Josh had a huge performance from DeAndre Hopkins, who you know well.
Yep.
You used to be able to keep him. You kept him for some time, and now he's now you're watching him succeed with another team.
In fact, DeAndre Hopkins. Me and you were talking earlier about something. Do you want to mention that later? Do you want to go into that later? Maybe at the end of the show?
What about it?
Hopkins,
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we can
yeah.
talk about that later.
Okay.
But
hashtag foreshadowing.
But yeah, Josh got that huge performance from DeAndre Hopkins, and also a big performance from Denver's defense, which helped him put him over the edge against Randall. Randall was looking like he had a chance there, but 0 points from Jimmy Graham, 1 point from Jermaine Kearse.
Well, that's because of the Denver defense. Denver defense shut down the Jermaine positive curse.
That is true.
The Jermaine positive curse is now over.
It's now a negative curse. It's now a real curse. So
a regular curse.
A regular curse.
Regular person.
And Tom Brady laying an egg, 7 points against Miami. That was
that was something.
So tough way to go out for Randall, but good year, much better, because I believe you had him picked. You had him pegged for the bitch bracket from the get go.
Did I?
Yeah, you did not like Randall's team, and he got 9 wins.
I didn't like Randall's team or Ashley's team, and they both made the playoffs. What do I know? I'm at 11th place.
That's fair. So
I know nothing.
So yeah, interesting week of football. We now move on to the next week where I will play Josh and Jeff will play Ashley. The winners of those will square off in the Gillespie Bowl the following week.
It sounds exciting.
It does sound exciting. But
well, in that case, do we want to move on to our breakdowns of that game?
Sure, let's talk about next week.
Or do we have any other segments to do?
Actually, before we get into that, along with we certainly do have to do fuck up of the week, Danny, and AKA my tribute to you.
All right. Well, I'm just going to lean back and take it.
That's what your mama said.
Thanks, buddy. And now, so fuck up of the week.
Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up. This time I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Baby, you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up.
That's clearly a safety.
I hope you're ready for the fuck up of the week because Danny McCormick, this is your life. Sorry, that's where in my head there's like this cool intro and everything, but I know that's not happening because Danny's not going to edit it, and I don't know how to, so you're just going to have to imagine that all in your head. But Danny, this past week, you have had some fuck-ups, my friend, but this week was magnificent. This is the finest fuck-up work I've ever seen in my life. This was magnificent. Your masterpiece, your opus of what you did. The number of ways that you fucked this game up. Well, let's talk about this. First off, I mean, Alex Collins on the bench, Danny. Wow, what a mistake. 23 points sitting there, all of which could have been yours. But no, you decided that Dion Lewis, Lamar Miller, and Duke Johnson was a better choice. Alex Collins almost outscored the three of them by himself, so that was not good to have on your bench. You also left Blake Huntley on your bench. Blake Huntley, whatever. I don't even know his name. That's Brett Huntley. I'm sorry about that. But he should have been started. You started some guy named Matt Ryan instead. That was a mistake. That's 15 points out the window.
I love the Falcons doing bad. Wait, they won. Fuck.
Yep, they still won. They managed to double fuck you by not helping you and winning. So
they did help a little.
Maybe a little bit, but then you started Tyler Kroft in that wide receiver tight end flex, Danny. You had 1, 2, 3 options on your bench that you could have gone with instead of that would have won you the matchup. One of those was Chris Hogan. He only got 1 point, but that 1 point would have given you the win because you would have won off tiebreakers. So it was magnificent. Justin even started a player on IR, and you still managed to lose. I'm amazed, Danny, at your craftsmanship, at your fuck up. God bless you, Danny McCormick. But I don't think you're done yet, because I think you've got finer fuck up work to do yet. You still got 1 week left. If this is what you did to get to the Clusterfuckoff, I can't imagine what you have planned for us next week.
All right. On to the weekly breakdowns.
It's okay, buddy.
This is the
CFoD
Weekly Breakdown.
That's right. Weekly breakdowns where we break down.
By the way, we never actually said who won fuck up of the week. It was you.
On to game number 1 between me and Baron.
That's right, the Clusterfuckoff. It's finally here, the game we've all been waiting for all the year. Who is going to be the clusterfucker next year? Who will not be able to change their team name? That's right, Ashley is about to play, well, she might have 2 games left, but she's about to shed that clusterfucker title. It's going to one of you. Who's going to lose this game, Danny?
One of us?
Yep.
You're the one who breaks things down.
Well, I typically do break things down, but in this case, I think my choice is obvious, Danny. Sure, you're projected to win, but you've been projected to win all year, and that hasn't gotten in your way. You were steadfast and determined that you were going to be the clusterfucker. Hashtag Dark Horse. Nothing was going to stop you then. Nothing's going to stop you now. Danny McCormick loses. Clusterfucker.
It's really hard to disagree. It's really, really hard to disagree. Because what's going to happen is Matt Ryan's going to score 7 points. Sammy Watkins is going to score 1. Mike Wallace probably isn't going to play. Deshaun Jackson probably isn't going to play. Everyone on my bench is going to score 20 points. And Adam Vinatieri is going to retire.
Right before the game? I mean, that would basically get him the same point total you had last week. But
so No. I'm gonna win. I was 11th place last year. I shouldn't brag about that, but I'm gonna win. 11th place.
You are experienced. You do have experience in the Clusterfuckoff before. You won before, but I don't know if you could do it again.
Yep, I'm gonna.
That's right then. Contention. Wait, what the fuck's the contention?
I turned that off.
Why?
Because it's hard to edit. Plus, it killed the show 2 times out of 3.
That's bullshit. So, does that mean I can say contention as many times as I want to and it won't kill the show this time?
Yes.
Contention. That was fun.
All right.
Danny McCormick, hashtag Dark Horse. 2018 Clusterfuck.
That is my team name. On to game number 2 between James, who had a bye last week, and Josh Gordon.
Yep, and this game doesn't mean shit, does it?
No, because Justin's going to win.
Yeah.
Justin and Alan are going to play each other for the bitch belt, not the Clusterfuckoff.
That'd be cool. I'd be proud of those guys. But I'm sorry. I'm looking at this lineup, and I know that he had a clutch win last week, but Justin doesn't have any good players, except for our week 14 MVP Jamal Williams. So, James gets Jordy Nelson, or Aaron Rodgers back to Jordy Nelson. Aaron Rodgers is going to kick ass because I have him. So I'm picking James to win.
I'm picking Justin.
Contention!
Because I want to see Justin and Alan play in the cluster.
I want to see it too.
So here we are. To the next game. Ralph versus Alan. Alan is projected to win.
This is crazy. I mean, Alan's really turned it on in the second half of the season, especially here in the bitch bracket. He's really found his groove.
I think he just wanted to win a belt.
Yep, and he's shaping up to win one. Because I think he's got this matchup. It's a good matchup, but I'm picking Alan to win.
Damn it. I wanted to punch you every single time, but
Consensus, buddy.
it's too hard. I just cockblocked.
That's what your mama said.
On to the playoff bracket. We're
go.
out of the bitch bracket. We're back into the playoff bracket, kind of.
The meat and potatoes.
We're on to the 5th place matchup between Cody and Randall.
That's right. This matchup literally means jack shit. There is nothing on the line here.
Not this year.
But next year,
maybe.
Next year they'd be playing for their for the 5th choice in the draft. Not the 5th spot, but the 5th selection of their draft spot.
If that gets passed.
I think it is. I think it is official now because everybody I've talked to has been in on it.
Nobody's talked to me.
I talked to you. You liked it, but that was back before the bitch.
Then you started calling me #Dark Horse, and I want to argue
started
with you.
working, and now you're going to be the anyway. It's probably going to happen, so that would make that game matter next year. It doesn't matter this year. And man, looking at Cody's lineup, I am happy that those players are not in the playoffs.
Do you think that either one of those could? Do you think maybe Cody could trade Kamara or Gurley for a first-round pick?
No, because we're past the deadline.
We
for
are?
trades.
I thought Justin asked to move it forward.
Yeah, we're not moving it to championship week.
That doesn't make sense.
No, so I'm picking Cody to win.
Sorry,
this.
Cody. Sorry, Randall. I tried.
So I'm picking Cody in the game that doesn't mean shit. How about you?
I like the number 169. So sure.
Good consensus.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, on to the games that actually do matter.
That's right. Game number 5 is between. Wow, this is a game, right?
It
here.
is.
We've got a game between the best team in the league and Jeff.
Best team, but I'm the best team in the league, Danny.
No, Ashley's the best team.
How is Ashley the best team in the league? I have more points than her, and we have the same record, and that's why I won first place and half the prize money.
You really think the
Facts and
Steelers are the
reasoning.
best team in the league just because they have the best record? No, the Patriots are.
The Steelers
That's just
have-
how it works.
Steelers have the best record.
Yeah, they're 11-2, and the Patriots are 10-3.
I thought the Eagles were. Well, the Eagles are 11-2.
Yeah,
too,
but the
all-
Eagles aren't the best team in the league either.
You're not the best team in the league.
I know.
Hashtag Dark Horse. Anyway, who are you picking in this game?
God, I have to say it, Tommy. I have to say it. 3 Pete.
Don't say that. Forget that.
3 Pete. 3 Pete. 3 Pete. So here's 1 Pete. Here's 2 Petes. If they had a baby, boop. There's the 3rd Pete. 3 Petes.
That was about as dumb as the idea of a three-peat. I hate that stupid
He's playing
word.
Ashley.
Yeah, and Ashley has lost 3 times this year.
Yeah, and one of them was.
I think she's been projected to win like once this year, and she's won 10 times.
Exactly.
So she's projected to lose again. I think she's going to win. I'm picking Ashley.
Oh, wait. What?
Yep, Ashley wins.
Contention.
Contention. Now into the matchup everybody's been waiting for.
Thank you for watching the CFoD show this week.
Nope, that is not it.
Have yourselves a
Here it
great
is.
week. Go CFoD
Nope,
yourself.
here it is.
Damn it. You know the button to
Yep.
not end the show yet.
I do. That's
Or you
right.
don't know the button to
The
end the
big game of the week. We've got Tommy versus who's asked somebody kicking? Oh, Josh is this week. Tommy's got awesome players up and down the lineup. I've got rested tight ends who didn't have to play last week. I've got a brand new, dusted off Aaron Rodgers, shiny, with a cake matchup against the Carolina Panthers.
Who are going to break him?
No.
We broke Romo.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is not Tony Romo, Danny.
This is factually true.
See? Facts and reasoning. Josh has good running backs, but I've got Le'Veon Bell. Josh has DeAndre Hopkins, but I've got Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, who put up 50 the last time he had this matchup. Can he do it again?
You just named 3 players who used to be on my team.
Yep, but none of them are anymore. Hashtag Dark Horse. I'm picking myself to advance to the Gillespie Bowl. Sorry, Josh. No team has ever hosted a Super Bowl. No Gillespie has ever hosted a Gillespie Bowl.
Once again, I have to argue with you.
Go ahead. Go for it.
I trained Antonio Brown and Julio Jones and Jay Ajayi to a lesser extent. Yes, he's on your bench, but that means he's going to score 50.
I might start JJ.
Good for you.
I haven't made that
then he'll
decision
score
yet.
12.
I am waiting until kickoff. I will keep a Ajayi on my bench until the second before kickoff. Put him in my lineup before he knows
Jay
about it.
Ajayi watches this show. He knows.
Ajayi doesn't know what a TV or the internet is. He only knows football
All right.
and injuries. And
But
surgeries on his
anyways,
knee.
I trained DeAndre Hopkins to be the best player in the league.
But he has to play against Jacksonville. Jalen Ramsey has shut down everyone.
Not AJ Green. Oh, yeah, that's right. They fought, but not.
Everyone.
Well,
Just
what
saying, if
what
I got to play against DeAndre Hopkins,
what about
this is the week to do
What
it.
about Sterling
In
Shepard?
Jacksonville. Sterling Shepard,
He'll do good.
okay.
Devontae Freeman does really good for Josh.
It's telling you, Josh doesn't have the greatest matchups this week,
Oh,
as
man.
far as that goes.
Oh no. It's gonna be Jeff's bitch for. It's gonna be bitch bet 3.
That's right.
No, bitch bet 3.
Bitch bet 3 this
Yeah,
time.
I have to
for a belt.
punch. I have to punch against it. I pick Josh.
Contention. All right. That was fun. Good episode.
Yeah. All right. Well, this episode is over unless you want to talk about not MVPs, but Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers. That's right. Introducing 2017, the CFoD Hall of Fame.
It's a new thing. Tommy just texted me about 20 minutes before coming over to drink my beer and talk on my.
I haven't drank any of your beers yet.
Well, you usually do.
I'm going to. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't done it yet. But CFoD Hall of Fame. This is going to include all players whose keeper rights have been retired in the history of the CFoD. This year we had 3 players be kept
Oh,
for
really?
the third and final time. That would thus make them the Hall of Fame class of this year. That
Okay.
including those 3, that would be 11 total players
Oh.
who have been retired through the CFoD. Kept 3 straight times.
Do you have a list of all the Hall of Famers?
I do, but it is not on my person at this moment.
Well, in that case, let's press a bumper right now, which will run down all of them.
Okay. Yep. There is a fine list. It was.
I saw Matthew Stafford. I did that to him.
You did do that to him. The poor guy. He had to spend 4 or at least 3 years on your
It
team.
was 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was there.
1 plus 3 keepers. And we won the championship on that 4th year.
Yeah, you did. So some good memories there. My good times with Jimmy Graham. That was fun. Just glad Jeff doesn't have Gronk or Le'Veon Bell anymore. That's pretty good.
But anyways,
Randall Cobb. That was an interesting name on there.
who is this year's class?
This year's class of CFoD MVPs kept for the third and final time. DeAndre Hopkins is one of them. That's right. He was kept.
He didn't win me a championship. In
He
his third
certainly
year,
did
though.
not, Danny. He did not. And then the other ones,
Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham was one of them. Hold on, I remember this
And
one because I
Russell
sent you.
Wilson?
And Russell Wilson. Yep, that
Way
was
to
it.
remember your list, buddy.
And that was it. Well, I didn't have the list in front of me because I didn't know I was listing off the names today. We were just talking about it earlier. You never let me prepare for
we
things.
hashtag foreshadowed,
We hashtag Dark Horse.
which is a foreshadow.
It is trending worldwide.
There's
by the
literally 4 shadows from his 4 legs.
way. It's clever. Hashtag Dark Horse. Anyway, so yeah, those are the MVPs. There are a few players lined up to potentially be. I'm sorry, not MVPs, Hall of Famers. There are a few players potentially lined up to be Hall of Famers next year.
Oh yeah, who's that?
We're not going to talk about that yet.
Okay, that's good.
There have been several players along the way who were snubbed, who were not
Ooh.
kept that third and final year.
Poor guys.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really Demarius Thomas's fault that his second year of being kept was in the first round, so he couldn't. He was
Then
not
there's
eligible.
Gio Bernard. Did I keep him once or twice? Might have been twice.
Might have
No,
been.
I think it was.
I think it was
once.
just once,
Yeah.
actually. Remembering back on it, but I'll have more defined statistics on that later on. Maybe we can talk about that at the final episode of the year when I'm celebrating my championship. That way, we can fill it up with the rest of it. So it's not just me celebrating. We can talk about our Hall of Famers. They can celebrate too, and then you can celebrate your clusterfucking, and Alan can celebrate being the.
I think I now realize
bitch belt
my
winner.
big fuck up of the year.
What was that?
I kept Jay Ajayi instead of Cam Newton.
Are you keeping J.J. next year?
Fuck no.
You can trade his rights to me.
All right.
I'll give you an 18th round pick.
No.
All right.
Because what would I be giving
I'll
you?
give you a 14th round pick.
That's slightly better. If you gave me an 18th, what would I be giving you? A 17th?
No, an 18th. We'd just swap, but I'd get Ajayi's keeper rights along with it. It's fair.
No.
And then you don't have to be tempted to keep
I'm
Ajayi.
buying you dinner tonight,
Oh, you are?
and yet you're. Well, yeah.
I'm taking Ajayi off your hands, so you don't have to worry about it.
All right, guys. You've got until next episode to try and get Jay Ajayi's keeper rights
Well,
for me.
actually-
Otherwise, they're going to Tom.
Actually, the league. Okay, yeah, I like it. So, yeah, nobody offered Danny anything. The rights are coming to me.
'Cause
Which can't
techni-
officially make the trade until August 30th, which is when August 1st, which is when the next CFoD league year begins. So
Otherwise, #collusion, which is totally against the rules.
it's not #collusion. It's only #collusion if we're colluding this year.
Oh,
Which
Damn.
so no, you cannot pay Barron to bench all of his roster.
but I really want to.
You can't pay him. You can't do it. I know you can do your way out of everything else with money in
He
life,
can't
but
see
not
me
this
blinking
one.
this eye.
Yeah. There's a camera right there that I'm looking at that shows all of this. So
Shit.
you can see that.
Forgot about that.
Anyway, yeah. So that's it for this week in the CFoD show.
Anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I get less energetic when it doesn't matter to me.
What are you talking about? It matters this time, Danny. This is the game. This matters more than any game you've played all year. This is or you're not. You do the CFoD thing. Say it.
Go CFoD yourselves,
That's
guys.
not how it. You gotta. I guess. That's all right. Fine. I guess I'll do it the right way. Let me wind up for this one. Go CFoD yourselves. #Dark Horse.